Hey, friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to Ask WrestleJuice. You guys left a bunch of great questions. Before I get to them, really quick CM Punk Championship Custom Signature Series title update thing. Now they're saying that it's going to be delivered by December 3rd, which is a Tuesday. I'm hoping this thing shows up like on Saturday, because it's so much easier to do like an impromptu stream. So make sure that you're subbed to the channel. Make sure you're following me over at twitch.tv/wrestlejuice, because I'm going to like do a dual stream on both platforms as soon as this title comes in, assuming that it's not while I'm filming the Going In Raw podcast, because that's number one, takes priority. But after that, it'll be straight to the live unopening unboxing of the CM Punk Signature Series Championship title belt thing. Argonaut Arcade says, are new fans really created with crossover promotions like musicians, TikTokers, or is it just a temporary bump for a single night? I'm not the guy to ask, right? I am merely an observer, a fan like you, except I know how to work a camera and have a channel and stuff like that. That being said, if I am a promoter of a product, I would think that bringing people in with a large audience that has been pre-established, as long as it's not compromising the integrity of your show, I don't see any downside to it. You would think that with the millions of followers that I'm sure this is referring to the Costco guys have, Big Boom AJ, who, you know, obviously, as we all know, had a spell in his life where he was an independent wrestler there, I think like the tri-state area, I think the Jersey area, I guess. And so, like, yeah, if the dude is a wrestler or he knows how to wrestle, which he put on a 10-minute match with a broken foot. I mean, my God. That's like Kurt Angle winning an Olympic gold with a broken freaking neck. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's pretty close. That's sarcasm, people. You got to think there's no downside to that. That crowd was super into it. Now, will any of those followers of his convert to AEW hardcore fans? I have a hard time believing that necessarily, but if a couple more people are interested in checking out the product, if you're a promoter, you're promoting things, and therefore you want to get your stuff in front of eyeballs. So, you know, are new fans really created? I don't know. But part of promoting is getting your shit in front of eyeballs, just in case that's the fact. If 500 more people become fans of AEW because of Big Boom AJ, which I don't know if it does. I don't know. You know, I find it difficult to believe that somebody would be like, man, I'm really into this AEW. You know why? Costco guys. Yeah, that really did it for me. But you never know. I don't know. I don't even know who their audience is. I know they've got millions, but I'm assuming it's like little kids, because their videos are very, very simplistic. But yeah, if I'm a promoter and it's like, yeah, this guy's got millions of people, it's like family-oriented content and Costco-oriented content. The dude really likes chocolate chip cookies. The dude really likes way too big chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, bring him on. If he knows how to wrestle, cool, do it. Why not? Yeah. No, I think it's great. I mean, you know, does it mean a damn? I don't know. Diehard Homer says, should the world's end main event be a multi-man with Mox, Hangman, White, Darby? No, I don't think so, because you're sort of like, I don't know, number one, telegraphing that Mox is going to get out of there with the title. And then number two, I feel like Mox, just like with Roman Reigns, they had that one fatal four-way with Roman, but I don't know, that was sort of one of his least memorable matches, the one with LA Knight, Randy Orton, and somebody else. Was it AJ Styles, maybe? I don't know. No, I don't know. I feel like, realistically, whoever's going to beat Mox, it's going to be a one-on-one match. Still hope it's not going to be Darby, but maybe they'll convince me. But yeah, no, I don't think so. I think the main event should probably be Mox versus Jay White makes sense because it's going to be a loss for whoever's going to take on Mox. So I think Jay White makes sense. Jay White's one of them dudes, you stick him there in the main event and he takes a loss and it's not a big deal. Blue Monkey G has a question based off of my recent purchase of the CM Punk title. What wrestler do you think deserves a legacy title and how would you design it? All right, so here's my deal. I don't know. I do, however, think that they need to start they had something really cool with the Brothers of Destruction title. And I feel like that's one route they can continue to go down. Or, I like this. Start going super legacy. Like a Bruno Sammartino title. Although they might have done this already. I've been trying to figure this out. If you go on eBay and you look at Bruno Sammartino Signature Series WWF title, there is a Bruno Sammartino homage title that I cannot figure out what the origin of this thing is, but multiple sellers have it. And I'm wondering if it was one of the early WWE Signature Series titles. If anybody out there can verify that for me and put it in the comments, that would be much appreciated because it's a really cool looking title, but it doesn't look like a title that he has actually carried before. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but I would say that would be my first answer would be Bruno Sammartino. I think a cool Signature Series title there. Maybe given that WWE owns a lot of like the NWA tape library, and I think they own, or they could license anyways, things like a Dusty Rhodes commemorative title. They have a Ric Flair commemorative title. But like some of the older guys like that, some of the legacy names I think would be like a Bob Backlund title. I don't know if I'd want that, but a Bob Backlund title would be interesting. It was champion for like 5 years. So yeah, like, I don't know if they did a Roddy Piper title yet. The Macho Man one, I'll be honest, I'm not huge into. They did a Macho Man. I don't think it's that good. But I'd love for them to start doing factions. Like a DX Legacy title. They have like a Shawn Michaels. They have like a Triple H. I don't think they have like a DX one. Maybe like, I don't know, a Four Horsemen title. That could be cool. An NWO title that's not just the big gold belt spray painted NWO on it. I think that could be really cool, but like, really make it elaborate. So I don't know, maybe like, dude, how about this? You do an NWO one, but you kind of invert it. You take the big gold belt, but you make it black, and then you maybe give it a white stripe and you spray paint it in white. Ooh, that could be kind of, hey, I can make that. I think I have one of those big gold belts around here somewhere. Oh, that could be kind of a cool project to do. Eminem says, why does Karrion Kross not connect with the fans? He hasn't been given good material that makes most of what he has to offer. I think that's changing. I think this alliance with The Miz is bringing out a side of Karrion Kross that we haven't seen before, one that focuses more on the guy's natural charisma and less on him being spooky guy. I think, and a little bit of the comedy stuff. I think this dude is going to have a killer 2025. I really do. I think he's going to have kind of a breakout 2025, and I'm really there for it because I think him and Scarlett have natural great chemistry together. They're both charismatic. You just need to lighten up on the mystique a little bit, and I think The Miz is helping him do that. Darius Corey says, what do you think is going to get Ricochet out of the Perpetual Job Squad? So, of course, Ricochet just had a match with Konosuke Takeshita at the AEW pay-per-view, and honestly, man, it's going to be the character stuff. I think that Ricochet he's always been a babyface, and I think that's been a big mistake. I think as soon as humanly possible, I say like he's the first guy to join the Hurt Syndicate. When if they're trying to expand their ranks, and they've alluded to that, they've teased that. I think they should do that. And give him that arrogance, give him that confidence, give him that swag, give him, have him rolling around in really nice suits and have him be kind of an asshole. I think that's what the guy needs. I really do. I think if he embraced that aspect of his character, I think that people would probably, gravitate to him as a character a little bit more. But just happy to be there, guy. Ain't going to cut it. And yeah. That's how I feel about Ricochet. I think he desperately needs a heel turn. I really do. I think the only reason they didn't do that in WWE is because his moveset is so babyface. You know, like you do cool shit, but people in AEW can be bad guys and do hella cool shit, and they're fine as bad guys. So I think Ricochet will fit in great once he's a bad guy. GM Sanjit Ramesh, I think his name is, says, do you believe Big E is returning for an angle on the New Day Celebration Raw? Yes, I do, and it's going to be heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. That freaking bit with Woods and Kofi on Raw was absolutely fantastic. That was amazing stuff, and I loved every second of it. Yeah, this is gonna be a gut-wrenching Raw. I might do a watch-along. When is it? Monday? I might do a watch-along on that one, man, because, that's going to be gut-wrenching. Oh, boy. Marvell says, what indie stars do you think should be a part of the WWE ID program? Side note, shout out to Ice Williams and Jordan Oasis. My number one pick would be Alpha Zoe. He's a dude who used to work. He was the champion here at Action Coast Wrestling. He did a tour of Japan. I think he's back here on the West Coast. I'm not exactly sure. But the dude is a stud. He's awesome in the ring. Really good guy. I think this guy's got a bright future. I really do. But I'd love to see him part of the WWE ID program. I really would. Atticus says, if you had to erase one of these title changes from existence, which would it be? CM Punk beating Hangman or Danielson beating Swerve? I would erase Danielson beating Swerve. I don't think he should have, to be honest with you. I think having him in the legacy is kind of an overrated thing. Like, who really gives a shit? If you wanted him in the legacy, you should have done it earlier. But no, CM Punk beating Hangman? No, I wouldn't get rid of CM Punk's title run in AEW. Absolutely not. No way. Ryan Chad says, who would be your dream AEW entry in the Rumbles? Ricky Starks. Imagine all the lights go down and it says the revolution will be televised. I don't know how much people would pop. I think a lot of people know who Ricky Starks is. It's a bummer, man. I saw like that clip from the Chris Van Vliet interview where Ricky Starks talked about, I don't have a firm answer. I don't know why I haven't been used, so I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to invent one. What a drag. You got talent like that? You figure it out, man. You figure it out and you get him on TV. Jalen LeGrant says, why would anybody help Roman? It doesn't really make any sense when you think about it because the guy is a magnetic person. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. That's sort of the story they're telling right now, though, isn't it? Like, Sammy's helping Roman. The Bloodline are fine helping Roman now because they're free from Roman. He's been dethroned. Sammy likes it because it gives him that little hit of adrenaline, that little crack he gets when he gets back together with the Bloodline. Because back when he rolled with them, he was king shit, right? He was the honorary Uso. It felt good to be with them. He wants a little piece of that. That makes sense. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso are all about family. And Jey Uso at this point has so thoroughly proven himself to be a success away from Roman. He knows he can tell Roman, I'm not going to be your errand boy, dude. So, that makes sense. And it also makes sense that nobody in the locker room wants to help them otherwise. CM Punk is doing it for Paul Heyman. CM Punk was not around for much of the Bloodline's reign of terror. CM Punk showed up a year ago. It was like 5 months later that Roman Reigns was dethroned. So, oftentimes in WWE, if you're not there, you're kind of not aware, or at least, I guess, from a first-person perspective, you weren't there to witness it and to feel it and to be affected by it. So Punk's down to help Heyman, and in the meantime, maybe get a feel for where Roman's coming from in case they might have, some issues in the future. He might have to take on Roman Reigns. So that's what I'm thinking. It kind of everybody's got their own motivation for helping Roman. So I can see how it makes sense. We'll end on this one. Danger Doom 9000 says, in honor of Steve getting the CM Punk Real World's Championship, when do you think Phil will get his first return title? The first Raw on Netflix, he is going to beat Gunther. That is going to happen. That's why I'm pretty sure the OG Bloodline's going to win at Survivor Series, because he needs sort of another win to kind of motivate him stepping up to Gunther. Gunther's about to beat Damian Priest and sort of erase any doubt that that match would have gone another way had Finn Balor not interfered. Once he gets that off his record, then it'll be clear for him to lose to CM Punk January, whatever it is, on Netflix. 6th, I think it is. I think it's January 6th. January 6th. Anyways, that's going to do it for Ask WrestleJuice. Thanks, everybody, for your questions. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys around.